Click. Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for being here today. If you've ever wondered what it looks like when we stream before noon, this is it.
Actually, it's not, because usually we're in robes and sipping coffee. But today we have clothes on.
Today we...
I mean, like jeans.
What a way to start a stream. Welcome, everybody. We are super grateful for you being here. It is 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and this is the time we stream Curiosity Chill. Usually, we are picking different subjects together, and last week you all chose that we will be studying next week dreams.
Dreams.
Where do they come from? What do they mean? What are they made of?
Yeah.
What is a dream? But today we have a very special guest. Literally my favorite Parisian, Benjamin Deibling, who plays pretty much all the tabletop RPG games in the universe.
Yes.
Is here to discuss tabletop RPGs and a new creation called Let's Roll, which is going to be a lot of fun to check out. I'm very excited to have him here with us. And if you have a question for Benjamin, who is also the shooting director of Detroit Become Human, so if you want to talk about video games, we can dabble in that as well. You can ask a question by tagging at Descartes Games in the chat, and the moderators will pull it for us so that we can have it in this special list of all the very best questions.
Called Q&A.
Called Q&A. And right before we add our special guest onto the stream, I want to announce that we have a very special prize. Maybe we can even show it there. Fate Forge is a series of adventures and stories in the world of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. And Benjamin is responsible for a lot of the content in this book. So we are going to be giving away one of these Fate Forge adventure D&D books on today's stream. Somebody can win it in either French. It was originally written in French or translated to English.
Yes.
So you can let us know your preference between the two. Doctor Who, welcome back. Appreciate you being here 21 months. 21 months, 17 minutes ago, which means it's now 21 months and 17 minutes. Megabyte Mary's back for the same.
31 months.
31 months. Thank you for all this hype.
And Aegeus Ilsit, thank you for subscribing for 7 months. Deviant M. Marley is back for 8 months.
Appreciate you very much. Hidden for Belief, welcome back for 17 months. Honey Sun's got a gift sub from Madison Crawfish. And Hilla, thank you for being here with your Prime. If you guys have Amazon Prime, check out this button. You can link it to a free subscription to any channel on Twitch using Prime Gaming.
And it's free.
It's free. Ruse Panda's back for 21 months with maximum hype. Absurdist Ninja living that tier 3 life. If you got a rare parrot or an RK900, please sprinkle them in the chat right about now. If that's a Twitch baby,
Raise it up right.
Teach it to vote.
Yeah.
Teach it to vote. All right, Kayla Gaming is new. Hello, Kayla Gaming.
Hello.
Welcome.
Amit Shmuel, thank you for being here for 3 months. HTTP Sarah is back for 3. Peachy Gab is back for 2 months. Jersey Fierce, thanks for subscribing for 16 months.
Susie Septiceye for 2 whole years. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
And Re3, thanks for cheering. And Ka Larina is back for 33 months. Oh my goodness.
Yo, Day Mix, thank you for these cheers. I see That Robin here with 4 months subbed, and It's Okay For Me giving out a gift sub.
Thanks,
all of our gift sub givers, like Absurdist Ninja, giving out a gift sub group hug, are entered in 10 times for our giveaway on the stream. All of our subscribers get 5 times entry, and all you got to do is be here following the channel and typing in the chat to enter to win our prize. Wonderful Suki and Pomsky Rush, thank you as well for the gift sub group hugs. Sylvan Cosplays back for 33 months.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think we should get to our guest because I'll tell you what, his mustache is awesome, but if we wait too long, his mustache will be too awesome and it will overpower the stream. Shall we do this? I'm gonna do. This is how I cleverly wink at Benjamin that we're coming in hot here, and don't worry, they can't see you yet. So do what you were gonna do. Here comes the audio of a Benjamin. You guys want to add Ben to the mix?
Yes.
Hey.
Hello.
You're on now, Benjamin. How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
We're good.
We're good, man. We're very happy to have our favorite Parisian here on stream with us.
It's all the time a warm welcome I have here. So
Yes, this
I'm
is
so
a very a very warm welcome. Everybody's saying, hey, 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 hey,
Epic
hey.
mustache, gorgeous mustache.
And it just to look like Mario or Wario, you know, this character, and I love them so much.
You look fantastic. Your space, it looks like you've got a bunch of books and maps and things in your background. You must really like role-playing games, huh?
Kind of. You know, that is Lord of the Ring map here.
Oh.
Can we see it?
Oh yeah, I can bring, and I just arrived.
Oh, right on.
Oh, wow.
I love the art style of this.
Yeah.
So we're... Oh, man.
Whoa.
Oh, man. So what
And
are we
it's
going to...
shiny too.
Should we take the ring? I mean, should we do it? I think if we drop it in, we should have no problem after that.
I don't know what is a Mordor in our world, but I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I think we can stay far away from Mordor. And Ben, we're going to ask you a bunch of questions. Some of them might have to do with your work as a shooting director on Detroit Become Human. But we're going to feature most of the conversation today about tabletop role-playing games, and most excitingly, Let's Roll. Which, if you guys are not familiar with Let's Roll, do you want to introduce it? What is Let's Roll?
What is Let's Roll? I don't know. Let's Roll, it's a way to play RPG, but online, basically. So they simulate all the elements you have on table. For example, you can roll dice, you can have your character sheet, you can share some elements you have created. That can be maps, that can be clue if you make an investigation game, or like Amelia did a couple of times ago, like she was sharing some image to put the people in the mood.
And it was a huge adventure that we went on. And Benjamin, maybe we can also tell them what's coming tomorrow. What's coming tomorrow?
So a couple of weeks ago, Amelia was being a game master with three incredible people, Erica, Alexander, and you, Brian, on Fate Forge, like the game you share before. So this book, sorry, is in French. In French is Dragon. Dragons. And yeah, she was being a game master on a free small party of 1 hour based on a scenario I wrote named The Butterfly Dirge, with a kind of a mix between gothic horror, RPG, some poetry, and some, of course, classical medieval fantasy.
Yes, definitely spooky for sure.
Yeah.
And so
let's go, Brian. Sorry.
Yeah, and we're gonna share it with you all tomorrow on our YouTube channel. So if you'd like to join us, we will be premiering it at this time tomorrow on YouTube. So check it out. Our link is in the chat. It says Brian Deckard Official, but it's technically the Deckard Games YouTube thing. We just haven't been able to change the vanity URL because you have to wait. Anyway, that's another story. But the upload will be as a premiere, right? So we're gonna be able, you and me are gonna be there, and Amelia too, in the chat watching along for the first time. We get to see this edited and enhanced version, a presentation, if you will, of our Fate Forge adventure.
Yes.
And something to mention is I did with my best friend, whose name is Fabrice. We did some level up in the party, because we want, like, we are a director and he's a specialist of editing and SFX. So we add a couple of music and SFX and this kind of thing with the help of a sound designer named Arthur. And we have like little bits modified the party, but to be honest, that was so a pleasure to just listen Amelia tell the story, and you, Brian, and Erica and Alexander interact in the story. That was so cool. But You know me.
Of course. I do know you. I especially know you around this time early in the morning for me, where you come in with a scarf and you're looking for your coffee, and everyone is giving you hugs. This is like my first impression, and then repeated impression of Benjamin is like early in the morning, coming in. Paris is often chilly, coming in, and then everyone just. You're a great captain, Benjamin. You're a great leader, and everybody that worked on Detroit with you had so much fun working with you. And I know that someday we're going to get to play some RPGs using Let's Roll, all of us together in the same campaign, which I think would be fun too.
Yeah, and let me just say also, like, using Let's Roll was so cool. I loved having all of the tools that Let's Roll gave me as a game master, to use different sound effects, to use different images, to use a journal that had all of these notes that I could pick and pull. It is a treasure trove for the game master, and so much fun for the different players to get to use. So if you like RPGs and you want to be able to play with your friends online, this is the platform for you.
Yeah, and there's a command in the chat. I see our mods are sharing it with you, and I see Xserve's got it on there. It's ! Let's Roll in the chat if you'd like to check out the Kickstarter, which will detail a lot of the things we're going to chat about today in more, visual. I think it is a French and an English version of the Kickstarter. And
Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, German version.
What? Okay,
thanks
so
to the Kickstarter.
Wow.
Pretty much everything is on there on the Kickstarter, and we are very excited for you, Benjamin, because when Benjamin was telling me he was going to launch this Let's Roll Kickstarter campaign, we said, good luck, Benjamin. Kickstarters can be stressful. You have to really do it right. These guys met their goal for Let's Roll in 17 minutes. 17 minutes.
Yeah.
But
that's incredible.
Our environment was full of people like both of you, who was really helpful. So it's for that we win in 17 minutes. It's not only because we were working on that, it's because a full community of friends and help us to bring this project in life.
Yeah. Well, and you guys have some really cool perks on there too. So if anybody is into the world of Dungeons and Dragons or role-playing games, and you want to explore what's going on with Let's Roll and how you can use it for any RPG, not just Dungeons and Dragons, a lot of these things are built around Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, but you can import any kind of RPG into Let's Roll, right?
You can play Call of Cthulhu, Vampire, Shadowrun, Cyberpunk. We have a French party of a French actual play who will be released Thursday of Cyberpunk, with a famous French writer whose name is Maxime Chatham. His book is translated in English. Maybe you know him. You can play, like, we have already 50 or 60 different RPG, and that's continue to grow every day.
Wow.
Well, we've got a bunch of questions. Amelia's got a good one here to start us off from the community.
So this is from D4 Egg 2, who asks, how did you get into tabletop role-playing games?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question, and I love to answer it. When I was young, I grew up in the south of France, where Amelia and Brian already go, and the summer between 12 and 3 is too hot to go out. So with my brother, we was playing a game named HeroQuest, with kind of base of the Warhammer world. And we was playing that, but it's a board game. And at the end, we was playing all the adventures. So we were so frustrated, we start to create our own adventure. And a couple of years after I was 9, I think, or 10, I buy the Advanced Dungeon and Dragon starter kit. And I start to play Dungeon and Dragon after I played Call of Cthulhu, with one of my favorite RPG. I was starting to be in Game Master and Vampire, the Masquerade. You know this game.
Yes.
So yeah, and I start to chill in Festival of RPG. And when I was 18, I create my own Festival of RPG in the south of France. That was an amazing moment, because you were saying gently, I'm a good captain, but at this moment I was like 18 without mustache and don't know how to bring people like really older than me to create a project. So I just stupidly go and say, "Hey guys, do you want to create a festival of RPGs? That will be amazing." And we just chill around, bring all the French author and talk about her passion, and just chill, eat pizza, and roll some dice, and boom, that was magical, and the festival was great.
Dude, that's incredible that you were pulling together a festival at 18. Like,
Wow.
I think
Yeah.
at 18, I was just trying to try out for the high school play or something, you know? And is that when the mustache kicked in? As soon as the RPG festival happened, it just went, and then you were ready to play all games?
I never told you why I have my mustache. It's when I was in Australia. I studied my cinema and writing in Australia in the cinefilm school, and I was going out with an Australian girl who was a director of a short movie. And she told me, "Oh, I was first assistant director at this moment. I was like 8 years or 9 years ago." And she told me, "Oh, the movie was in France, and you have the final scene when we're supposed to be in Paris, but we were shooting in Sydney. And they arrive in a art gallery, and they meet a French guy, a young French guy who is the director of the French gallery. And she asked, 'Can you play this role? But I want you to grow a mustache for that.' And here we go.
Wow. And then it's just been there ever since. Well, you're getting a lot of love, a lot of folks out there who are just really enjoying you, Benjamin. There's a bunch of questions, so I'm gonna just kind of give you like a speed round, okay?
Yeah.
What about this one is from Newtmas2, who asks if you have a favorite game to role play. Is there one that's just absolutely your favorite of all?
Yeah. I have one. I have two in the same level, but if I can only choose one, I will tell you. His name is Cream, a crime, like a crime. It's based in Paris in the end of the 19th century, and it's kind of a mood of Jack the Ripper and Sherlock Holmes, and you play French investigator who is confronted to French paranormal and like ghosts and this kind of thing. And it's amazing to investigate in the Paris of the end of the 19th century. And I so much love this RPG. When the first book was released, I contact the team and I say, "I want to invite you in my festival." So they come in the festival of RPG and we talk, and they proposed me to write my first French RPG book. So I released 11 years ago in this game my first RPG book, and is a story based on Lewis Carroll.
Oh,
Right on.
very cool.
That is really cool. So you've been writing for RPG books for over 11 years now?
Yeah, I make a break of a couple of years when I start to study cinema, because that was a little bit time consuming.
Yeah, I bet.
And during the production of Detroit 2, of course, and I start to write again at the end of the production of Detroit, and I wrote for Fate Forge. I wrote for
Here? Perhaps you recognize this book?
yeah, I have a funny story to say about the title. You know it, yeah. I wrote for a game. Maybe some people know its name is Tales from the Loop. And
Yes, you gave us a copy of Tales from the Loop.
oh, I think so.
Or no,
yeah.
some Sax
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Someone else gave us a copy, but you recommended it.
Yeah, I recommend you. And you have a French version of the book. And I wrote a scenario who is in the south of France in the 80s. So yeah, I wrote RPG, and a couple of like 1 year and a half ago, you have a guys on Twitter. We start to talk, and he's really a nice guy. I don't know if he's here, but his name is Xer, and I'm a huge fan of his video. He's a French YouTuber, and we was talking and say, "Hey, you know, with a friend, we creating a project, and we want to know if you can be interested to work with us." and the project.
Whoa! We're getting a huge raid right now. Sorry to interrupt you, Benjamin.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah?
But
Check
Cloud.
Hello.
Ooh, Check Cloud just dropping some huge
My
raid on
goodness,
us.
thank you so much for being here. We're learning about role-playing games with the most incredible, most wonderful Frenchman that we know, who is teaching us about Fate Forge and the upcoming role-playing game platform called Let's Roll.
That's right. And if you're just joining us, you can check out !Let's Roll in the chat. We'll get you to the Kickstarter if you want to learn more about this project and how you can get in on some of these perks before the project goes live. And the Kickstarter is just coming to its conclusion right now. And we've got Benjamin Deibling here with us, who is the shooting director from Detroit Become Human, who basically is I don't know.
We love him.
I don't want to choose a class for you, but you're a bit of like a wizard when it comes to all of these things. And we're asking. Thank you so much for the raid, you guys.
Oh, you're playing. You just finished Detroit Become Human.
They just finished Detroit Become Human, and they're here with the shooting director of the game. That's cool.
We cannot write this kind of story. People just the people who just arrived in the chat. If you want to ask question about Detroit or RPG, don't hesitate to ask. I will be happy to explain how many incredible the shooting was with these two people you have just here.
Yeah, the way you can ask a question, if you want to type it into the chat, tag @DecArtGames so our moderators can pull your question into a separate list. And once they've got it, don't worry about typing the same question many times. We're going to be pulling them from a separate, smaller list here as we go. So we're logging everybody's questions who's turned them in. And Soggy RK800 would like to know, Benjamin, if they want to start playing D&D or a role-playing game, do you have any tips for somebody who's just starting out and they're playing for the first time?
Yeah, I have. I was working in a shop, an RPG shop, so I can give advice. I give all the time. It's first of all, don't go in Dungeon and Dragon if you don't like fantasy. Of course, it's the most famous RPG in the world, but maybe you're not more involved in fantasy. So you have a lot of really cool another RPG. I think at Call of Cthulhu, for example, who is a RPG based in a world with some weird happening, some creature in the dark, and you are an investigator who investigate on some sect and this kind of thing in the 1920s, usually in the East Coast of USA. But you can do that in modern day.
Right.
So my first advice will be go in a shop of RPG shop and talk with the guy and explain what kind of world you like, what kind of TV show you love, and don't hesitate to go on. You can come to the Discord of Let's Roll, and we have English channel and a French channel, so we can help you to find the perfect first RPG.
Oh, that's really cool. So they have a Let's Roll Discord for anybody. I noticed there's another question which was asked about a Let's Roll like guide for beginners. Maybe the Discord is the best place for you to connect with them and to find other people who want to play games. Because the cool thing about Let's Roll is you can play these RPG games online with people. So maybe somebody in France, maybe somebody in the Czech Republic could be playing together at the same time. And we do have a lot of folks in our community from the Czech Republic. So thank you if you're just joining us. Thank you so much for following along and being here. Hey, Benjamin, while we're on the topic of Detroit Become Human with so many people who just raided through from finishing the game, Connor's a crime scene investigator. I hear you talking about the role-playing games you like with crime solving and mysteries and things. Like, how is it to direct a video game shoot like Detroit Become Human compared to being the GM or the game master for a
role-playing?
Sorry, I'm not able to finish sentences on my own. I have to have help.
But it's for that you are a perfect duo. So to be honest, that was kind of the same thing. And being a game master was kind of being a director on stage, because you are in this empty stage with a gray ground, a gray curtain around you, and you have these people with a motion capture suit. And you have the actor in front of you, and you need to bring him in the Detroit world. So my job was to check, of course, if the acting was good, but I need to.
Which is why we're such good friends, because the acting was good.
Your acting was amazing, both of you. You know that.
Sometimes it was not good, though, and I really needed some help.
No, but what I mean is, of course, the director job is to check that, but to help the actor to arrive to this good acting. But because we are in motion capture stage, we need to help the actor to arrive in the weird world of Detroit, like to imagine what is the Detroit world. Because of course, now you see the results, you play the game, you know what look like the final game. But imagine you're only at the start of the project, you have only concept art, and you are here on stage with, imagine you're an actor and you arrive in this weird stage and you have a guy with a mustache and saying you know you need to play a hostage situation. You need to act well. You need to project yourself in this situation. You are under the rain. It's night. You play an android. You have not the mocap suit, but a suit with little bit tired ear. So you need really to imagine all these small details. And that was kind of my job. I don't know if you remember, Brian, but the first time you arrived, we talk about RPG, but just after when we start to work on the stage, I was like, here you need to imagine it's an helicopter. Here you need to imagine it's you have sniper here on the roof in the other side. So I was basically explaining the setup like being a game master.
And it was, and I mean, even down to the grid on the floor. I mean, a lot of people play a role-playing game with a grid, and you know that from this line over is a wall, and from this line over is a pool, and you have to remember all of these things and kind of, cast them out in front of you, just like you do when you're playing a tabletop role-playing game. And Ben, I got to tell you that one of the coolest things for me was when I saw the trailer from E3 2016, the hostage negotiation scenes, the beginning of the game. And the first mission you play as Connor. And so as I was watching the trailer, I hear Benjamin's voice very distinctly in my mind being like, there's snipers on this roof. There's a cop. He's floating in the pool. There's the the helicopter is going here. And all of that really happened. And so what was really cool is that, like, you're setting the stage and you're giving all these given circumstances, what we call it in acting. And the given circumstances are the things that are definitely true in your immediate environment. And in this way, you basically you're like an imagination Sherpa. You like take us on a guide into our imagination. And it's really, really cool to have you here. And with everybody who just finished playing Detroit, the shooting directors are a lot like the game masters of Performance Cap. Yeah, I think that's a nice way of putting it.
Oh my God. I just to let you know, I just checking sometimes the chat and I'm like, it's too warm. I'm like, I'm gonna cry. So I prefer not to read the chat.
All right, guys, no more nice messages to Benjamin. Only harsh criticism.
Okay, I have a question for you, Benjamin, from Nupuyer, who asks, what is the process of writing a book about like this? What is the process like?
Yeah, by the way, we have one of these awesome Fate Forge books that we're giving away as a prize on the stream. So if you're following along and you're just here joining from the raid, we'll pull a winner in about 15 minutes. This is based off the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rule set. It's Fate Forge, which Benjamin has been a writer on.
Yeah, so what inspires you along the way, and how do you begin the process of it?
In the RPG world, I'm usually writing a scenario, because to be honest is where I love to be involved, or I'm doing art direction. So I help to the art direction of Fate Forge, for example. I have a funny story just to mention. This is Game Master the Game Master screen, I think it's named.
Yeah, looking good.
So you see it's here. And the funny thing is, these people here, I don't know if you see well.
Yeah,
we do.
Little people.
Is that you?
The funny thing is, I was telling to the illustrator, I need this position and this position. He was like, okay, but can you send me picture? And I was shooting at about Detroit at this moment. So the next day I go on stage and I asked as an actor to the position and I take picture. Of course, I ask them before and I explain why I need that. And I sent to the guy and he just brings them in the game master screen. So you have motion capture in the mockup.
That's really cool.
In the game master screen. Yeah, I love this story. To answer the question, how I do that, it's usually I say yes to write a scenario in a world because I think I can bring new idea. So, for example, when Studio Agathe asked me if I want to write a scenario in Fateforge world, I say yes, but in one condition is I can propose a scenario when you can do all the scenario without fighting and non-mannequin. And I want like I cannot spoil the end, but Amelia know what I mean. It's I want a deep ending, like really emotional. So I don't want like classical dungeon and with a boss at the end, like. And they say yes. So that's the first condition. And after how I work, I can speak 1,000 of hours about that. Is I'm writing ID like in a word cloud. So I bringing like. Oniric and non-mannequin, this kind of word. I'm making a word cloud in a web tool, and after I'm making a mood board, and after I start to write, I play tests, I reword again.
So do you use images and things for your mood board? I mean, is you're pulling art and stuff?
Usually I have two documents I use to do when I start to work. The first one is a word cloud with all the elements I want to bring in my scenario. Sometimes I put away some during the process of writing, but usually I have like 50 word, like non-mannequin. I want a ghost of a little girl. I want this kind of thing. I want something in a watermill, like
Sure, yeah.
the watermill. So I bring just this idea, and after I have a second document when I go basically in Pinterest and I bring 10, 20 image by word. So I have like a document of 100 page with just image, and because that helped me to write after, because you have image, I need image to write. And
wow.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's really cool too, because I feel like you can get a lot of depth of details of these little moments and things. Like one thing that I really appreciate about Benjamin as a director is how specific you are. But the specificity is about things that really matter. Like you telling me that Connor is wearing, my suit and the tie is just a little too tight. Just this notion of being in a suit with a tie that's a little too tight, like that does something to your whole body. That does something to the way you move. That does something to the way you speak. And it's just a little tiny detail, but it's something that is very formative to building the character. So I think that having a director that starts from a place of thinking about these characters as they go is a really great way to flesh out the world, because at the end of the day, every story is about characters and their relationships to each other, really.
Yeah, and something cool about Connor, we can say to the audience, it's in small detail, but his eyes directing his body, because he know exactly what is his target. And it's a tiny details, but talking with Brian about that creates the life of it's only one detail, but you create a character with that. And in RPG is the same. Just one details can create an unforgivable character you have in mind. That can be just a word he constantly repeats in his sentence, but a strange French accent.
For example,
speaking of great characters, do you have a certain class of character that you really love to play?
Yeah. Usually, I love playing wizard, and I love gnome wizard. I love it. I love Gnome Wizard.
You might be a gnome wizard, Benjamin. Not to like put you in a box or anything, but you might be a gnome wizard.
Yeah, and
What about you guys? Everybody who's tuning into the chat right now,
Yeah.
what class would you play if you've played some role-playing games or you would like to? We have any other gnome wizards here? I see a druid there. I got some druids.
Yes, druid, bard.
Bard is cool. Yeah, that will be my second choice is Bard, because you have Bard is a mix between rogue and wizard for me. So it's two cool class, and Bard is it's cool. Just two tiny thing. Sorry, just two tiny thing I want to mention is first of all, I send you a witch transfer. We can have the introduction of the party of tomorrow if you want.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
Alright.
send you
to my email. Yeah, I'll pull that up right now as we go. And maybe Amelia, could you please let everybody joining know what's happening tomorrow morning on
Yes.
YouTube?
So we're very excited that tomorrow on our YouTube page, we are going to be premiering a role-playing RPG that I was the game master for, that Benjamin wrote the story for, and Brian is one of the players along with Erica Ishii and Alexander Ward.
Who you'll
And-
remember from our Golden Spiral. Both of them played with us for Golden Spiral.
Yes, and also Vampire the Masquerade, LA by Night.
Yep.
So we're going to be sharing that tomorrow. I'm very excited. There's 3 one-hour episodes, and Benjamin and his friends have sprinkled in some extra magical elements to it. And I conducted this game using Let's Roll, which is the platform that Benjamin and his friends are releasing. They're doing a Kickstarter for it right now, and it is a really, really cool platform.
Yeah, if you want to get in on some of the awesome perks, you can check out ! Let's Roll. I see it in the chat. There it is. They did a fantastic job. They're now going for some of their stretch goals. If you want to help them expand the world, what's the stretch goal you guys are working on right now, Benjamin, for your Kickstarter?
the next stretch goal. Oh, it's a good question. I need to check. The second thing I want to mention is Let's Roll is a free platform. So the important thing is I want people go to play on Let's Roll. Not, of course, if you don't have cash or you prefer wait in September, the beta will be open. So you can come with your friend and play RPG for free on Let's Roll. So that's important. I want to mention, because when I start to play RPG, I don't have budget for that. So we think to these people, and you have no element you will not have in the free version. You have everything in the free version. So that's something. And
That's awesome.
yeah, that was really important for us, and I want to mention, because I want people don't say, okay, I don't have budget, but I want to play RPG. Cool, you can come starting to September and play RPG for free. And the second thing is we do this Kickstarter because we need to start to bring the platform to the beta version, and we ask the people to help us for that. What is the next stretch goal? Oh, I think I have a message for that.
Do you want to look it up while I show the Butterfly Dirge opening?
Yeah, and the next stretch goal is a tutorial for everyone to learn how to play Let's Roll and RPG.
Nice. Perfect. Well, I think you will pull that one off, everybody. I'm excited for Let's Roll to be live so we can play across the sea. And Benjamin, I'm going to dip away from our call for just a split second for this 2 minutes. I'm going to just drop this video in. This is the opening. Amelia, actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll play it on here. I'm just going to drop it in. We won't get to hear it, Benjamin, but you've seen it, and Amelia and I will catch it on the other side. So we're gonna mute ourselves and show you guys the first 2 minutes of the video that will be dropping tomorrow on our YouTube channel, 50 minutes earlier than whatever time it is for you right now. Yeah.
Just before you bring the file name is the Butterfly Dirge episode 01, 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
This one says, Benjamin Deibling, top secret dance video. Do not show anyone under any circumstances. Don't click play. Oh, dear God. Oh, please know why.
That was my previous WeTransfer.
Yeah. We won't show that dance video. Okay, we'll be right back. I'm just going to drop this on the screen, and we're going to see... Actually, I think I can make an adjustment. Benjamin, I'm going to mute you, and we'll come right back after I get this video up.
Perfect.
All right. So Benjamin and I are both muted. We'll leave this here, and I have to toggle over to share the audio because I want us to be able to listen to it too, right?
I'm excited.
Default speakers.
We haven't seen this yet.
We haven't seen it. It's been waiting for this moment. Okay, opening this. Here we go, and I'm just gonna drag it over. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody loves a full screen thing. There we go.
Oh.
Don't worry, guys. We're here still. I just want to make it look real nice because... Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
Welcome, friends, to the legend of the butterflies, Dirge. Long ago, deep within the Dusk Mountains, an evil prophet cracked through the portal to the ethereal plane and stole a powerful artifact made by Death herself. The artifact is known as the Eulogy of Mortals. Wielding this powerful artifact, the evil prophet cursed the town of Noctine with lethargy, lulling them into a pathological sleep until they ceased to exist. A band of heroes arrived to defeat this prophet, but could only imprison them within the portal. Legend has it that the artifact still remains somewhere within the Dusk Mountain, clenching the town of Noctine under its spell, waiting to be returned to its rightful place. Join us as we begin our adventure into the Dusk Mountains in search for the ancient artifact, the Eulogy of Mortals. So we find this band of legend hunters all huddled together. And there's been one legend in particular that has drawn you deep within the Dusk Mountains. Billy, of course, knows all about it.
Oh, so cool.
Yo, thank you everybody for bearing with me, just kind of patching that in. I know I wish I could have had it a little louder for you, but of course you can adjust the volume more easily when we have it for you on YouTube tomorrow. Thank you for sharing that with us, Benjamin.
You like?
We like.
I'm so excited.
When it burned away.
I know.
And so that cut to the setup there. That's the Let's Roll kind of hub, right? So when I'm playing on Let's Roll, that's what I see. That was our screen that the game master was able to share with us and use all these awesome tools. Amelia was able to like pass notes, have journal entries, show us what the characters looked like on screen. That was a really a fun way to play online because it's a lot different than just being in a Zoom room. You know, you really feel like you're all in the same space together. You can move your characters across the board and measure things and all the, you know, important role-playing nerd tools.
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll a dice, so it's a cool tool. For example, you mentioned the journal, but it's really something we can do online and not in table. I used to share note with one player, not the other. So you can, for example, share a picture of I don't know, like if you have a strange artifact with a weird language on it, you can share with all the table except one player when you give him another picture, but they don't know they have different picture. And for example, if you have a dwarf who speaks the language of the ring, or an elf, like if it's a one ring, he will see like everything right in English or French, and the other will see like a weird language. They will say, okay, I don't know what is it. And the other player will say, wait, guys, I know what is right on this artifact.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Also, the fact that you can kind of play like under the board to your players like that, it saves the like, you know, like
Yeah.
there are a lot of kind of world building continues while you share this information, as opposed to it being like, okay, can someone go get the chips while we talk to the elves? That
No, but
Yeah.
you know this weird moment when you give like a picture, like I use it like to have a weird picture of family with everyone have the face deformed and the other player have just a classical family picture. It's weird when you give the family picture to everyone and just one player you give another picture. Everyone on the table look like so. On Let's Roll, you can do that.
That's cool, and also that's something that you know, Benjamin. Just to loop it back to directing on set, like when you did
Yeah.
for Detroit Become Human, that's also something that you do as a director. I noticed where you have two characters that are in a scene together, going for different objectives, and you come to Connor or me and say, "This is what Connor needs to do this." And then you're there discussing with Neil, perhaps, who plays Kamsky, and you're telling him Kamsky has to do this. And so then the two of us playing at each other, it's this that creates the scene. All the tension and all the interest of the scene is these two paths trying to go, you know, their own way.
It's really interesting because when I was studying writing, my teacher told me when you're starting to writing a dialogue scene, you need to know what is the goal of the character one, what is the goal of the character two, and you need to write what will happen for character one and what will happen for character two, because they will be confronting each other and something new will happen.
Right.
And that opened my mind so much to know, of course, if I coming to ask you if you can come to my weddings and you have in mind the fact you want stole my money, of course that was something crazy will happen, but we need to have that in mind. It just sometimes when you write a story, you just forgot to put your mind in another character point of view, and that is something really important we try to do in Detroit.
Yeah, which I think you do successfully, especially given that the, you know, kind of the mantra in the story is empathy and understanding things from another person's point of view and yada, yada. We could go on and on. We got a bunch of awesome questions and we have a prize to pull. So, Ben, I'm going to give you a speed round of a couple of questions where you can answer only in one sentence, okay?
Oh my God, you know, I'm talking too much.
No, you're good. We have so many questions for you, and I want to get as many as we can before we give our prize. All right, go for it.
Ready.
This is from Vishelia, who asks, how much do you think designing for role playing is similar to designing a video game?
Depending on the video game you're trying to do, but I think it's really close because when you try to create an interactive story, you have some rules you need to keep in mind with the player have an impact on the story you play. If I have only one sentence.
You did good. You can answer this one with details if you want. Have you played the games that you have worked on, and specifically even video games that you have directed? The video games that you've worked on, have you played them all through?
You know, when you being as a shooting director of a game, you need to test and retest and retest the game. So basically, I do 1,000 of time Detroit. But the fun fact, I never played Detroit fully after the release of the game.
Well, tonight's the night. You got about 10 hours?
Yeah, okay. I opened my Twitch channel and let's go.
Yes.
This one is a curious one. Do you have a favorite line from Detroit Become Human?
Oh, that's a tough question. You know, I love dogs is because you inception me. I will go to an eye for an eye and the world come blind because I love this sentence and he's really smart about the game.
Nice. This one is from Zero the Driver, who asks, how many games have you worked on?
Video game?
Video games.
I work on Beyond Two Souls, Detroit Become Human, I work on a lot of teaser of game, like Beyond Good and Evil 2, For Honor, The Division, The Crew 2, a lot of Tom Clancy, some Assassin's Creed, and Sea of Solitude, who is released soon. Yes.
So Benjamin, can we
No
real
spoiler.
quick?
Yeah.
No spoilers, but we are going to be playing Sea of Solitude on
director's cut.
the director's cut coming up on Friday and the following Friday. Can you tell us a little bit about what you did on that game so that people have some context of connecting the shooting director of Detroit Become Human, and what did you do on this new Sea of Solitude release?
Without spoiling some stuff, I directing voice and help to reward the French version and do some casting, this kind of thing.
And you directed the actors in the booth?
Yeah, of course. And that was so cool because I can share with you, but we have some news soon.
Okay, cool. Well, if there's any actors out there in this world and you want to get into voice acting, I hope for you the privilege of working with Benjamin Deibling someday, because it is a rare honor and doesn't happen frequently enough, in my opinion. So let's get to it. Benjamin, I'm going to send you a list of all these other questions because a lot of people have great ones.
I will be happy to answer it.
And if you have any questions also about Let's Roll, like Boyce Games has a question about the Game Master's view versus the player's view, which is definitely different in Let's Roll, you can get into their Discord, which is a great place for you to find out more about the project if you have any questions about role-playing games in general. And of course, Benjamin is on Twitter. He's the old Ben on Twitter, so feel free to tweet at him after the stream is over, and he will, I'm sure, answer all the good questions.
I will.
Going forward. So you want to pull a winner, man?
Yes.
Should we do this?
Let's do it.
Just something to mention, you have this book to win, but maybe we'll have some another book and some another surprise in the package. I just said that.
Oh! Well, I'm going to go ahead and guarantee that it will at least include this book, but maybe some more in the package. So, Benjamin, the way we pull a winner like this is that we have everybody who's here watching the stream right now. All you got to do is be following the channel to be entered. Type something into the chat so that we know that you're here right now as we pull the winner. This Fate Forge book that Benjamin has worked on with our good friend Nell and many other creative people, I'm sure, have worked on Fate Forge with you that are all in the inside of the book.
Yes.
This book is available in English and in French, so the winner can choose which copy they would like sent to them. And the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. Of all of the things I gotta shout out, the imagery in this book is so cool. Amelia and I had a lot of fun playing Fate Forge, and again, a reminder that we will be having our playthrough, our campaign that we all played together is going to be premiering tomorrow. Ben, Amelia, and I will all be in the chat on YouTube watching along as the first of the episodes is posted. All right, let's pull a winner.
Right.
Benjamin, I'm going to cut to another screen real quick because my wife has a gong of winning, and it's just this whole thing. So hang tight. Will be BRB, and hold on like this. Sorry, man. I got to copy and paste stuff. It's tricky. Okay, 3, 2, and Amelia, are you ready with the gong of winning?
I am so ready with the gong of winning.
Strike
I need
that.
to make a gong too. Okay.
Make a gong. Hey, the winner is Jacob Hill.
Yay!
Congratulations, Jacob Hill. You are the winner. We appreciate you very much. You're going to get a message from Colorful Mess 18, who's our moderator in charge of prizes, to find out where we can ship that to you. Thank you, Colorful, and we'll find out English or French. Awesome. And that can be shipped anywhere in the world, right, Ben?
Yes.
Absolutely, sir.
Sweet. Well, if you're joining us from the stream in the Czech Republic, we are grateful for you being here. If you're joining us from France, like Benjamin, merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Your French is perfect.
He's been helping me slowly. Mercy Bucket. Mercy Bucket?
Amelia speaks so well French.
Merci beaucoup.
I just follow just behind Amelia, and she gets us through.
So we're very excited. Tomorrow, 1 hour earlier than whatever time it is for you right now, we are going to be premiering my very first game mastering experience of the Butterfly's Dirge from the Fate Forge adventures on our YouTube page. So come and join us if you want to see some awesome spookiness.
Yeah.
It's going to be
That
good.
will be cool.
That would be cool. Well, Benjamin, I'm gonna let you slip as we give everybody the heads up on what are our upcoming streams, and then we're gonna raid together. We've got a little plan for a raid coming up. Thank you to Benjamin and everybody who's working on Let's Roll. Be sure to check out the Kickstarter before it is over if you want to get in before the beta is public. But Let's Roll is a free platform for playing tabletop role-playing games of any kind, not just Dungeons and Dragons. With your friends, you can upload your character sheets, you can use all these awesome game master tools, and most importantly, it's keeping people connected, because it has been too long since we had a hug in real life. So Benjamin, I'm going to ask you for a hug, a digital hug. Oh, thank you, buddy.
I miss hugging you with you, you know.
We miss hugging you, and thank you all for joining us on the stream. We super appreciate you being here with us.
And next week, we're going to be learning about dreams, where they come from, what they mean, and why you have them.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on, Benjamin.
And our little
I will
life
be there.
is
I will
round
be
and
there. I will be following your talk about that.
That's awesome. Yeah, we do these Curiosity Chills once per week on Tuesdays at this time, starting 1 hour earlier than whatever time it is for you right now, where we pull a different topic and we study it and we figure out whatever we can learn about it. And last time we did cheese.
Cheese. Yeah, I
cheese.
remember.
And you told us what was your favorite cheese as your final question before we send you off into the internet.
I would say Tome de Savoie.
Tome de Savoie?
It's really good. I will bring the next time I will come in Los Angeles.
We accept these terms. All right, Benjamin, we'll see you soon, my friend.
See you.
Thank you again
Thanks
for joining
again.
us. Yeah. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
He's the best. He's the best there ever was.
So sweet.
Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm super grateful to have Benjamin here with us, and we're grateful to have all of you join us. Congratulations to Jacob Hill
Yes.
for winning this awesome Fate Forge adventure. And if you guys want to check it out, I'm sure you can find it linked to their Kickstarter as well. All right, so we have a raid aligned. I got an idea.
What?
I want to do a thing because we got a lot of hype. Can you tell them who Lo the Music Man is?
Oh, okay.
I think they want to know who Lo the Music Man is.
Well, if you don't know already, Lo the Music Man is our very, very dear friend. He makes all of the awesome music that you hear throughout the stream, our getting ready music, our break music. He is an awesome guy who just makes really great beats, and we love him, and we want to sprinkle some love on him. So we're gonna raid Lo the Music Man, and we're gonna tell him.
Oh, he's right here.
Oh,
Hey,
he's right. Oh.
Hey, Lo, are you streaming today? No, you're not streaming today? Oh, we were just telling everybody how great you are. When are you streaming next, Lo? All right, Logan's streaming next on Monday. So, Logan, listen, man, I know you got a lot of studying to do. I'm gonna let you go, but just know that we're all thinking of you. He thinks of all of you constantly, everyone. He doesn't think of anything else he says. Just you guys. All right, well, listen, just so that you know, all of our moderators love you, and they're like, we should raid Logan. Like, I think we should raid Logan. And then, like, Logan's like, you know what? I need to learn.
Good thing we called.
Good thing we called. All right, Lo, well, if there's anything you want to say, now's your chance.
To tell everyone to be their best selves.
Be your best selves. All right, Logan, you're free to go.
All right.
God bless. Oh, it's still on speaker. Bye.
All right, well,
We got another raid.
yeah, we're if you haven't already, go follow Lo the Music Man on his Twitch stream. He makes a lot of music on stream. He also has a great SoundCloud, so if you need music to if you need music to just jam out to, he's the one for you.
Logan's voice is kind of hot, though. Wait till you see the whole Logan.
Yeah.
That being said, we got to remind you guys that after we finish Assassin's Creed Black Flag on Saturdays, we are beginning The Witcher Wild Hunt, your top recommended game of maximum hype. And on Sundays, we continue
Little Nightmares. On Friday, we are starting Sea of Solitude, the director's cut.
which is voice directed by Benjamin Deibling.
Yes, and we're very excited to check that out. And then once released, we're going to be playing Pokemon Snap and Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition.
Yes, and if you want to recommend games for us, you can use this panel. It looks like that. It's down below. There's a link in the chat as well, and if you put your recommendation in that form, that is how you get it played. If you just type it into the chat, sometimes it moves too quick, and this is the official count.
This is the official
So if you want to formally recommend a game, check it out right there. And it's time for a raid. We got
do it.
a real nice raid lined up. This is our friend and Amelia's birthday twin, Cyborg Angel, streamer who helped us learn how to stream. Almost 3 years ago, we started streaming on Twitch. Before we even knew what any of this was all about, Cyborg Angel was rocking it out with us. And if you don't have your notifications turned on, I'm going to recommend right now that you turn on your notifications, because we've started doing these notification squad streams, bonus streams. They often happen on Tuesday nights. Like tonight would be a Tuesday night. When we play Assassin's Creed Black Flag with just the core crew of people who have their notifications turned on. So, just saying, maybe check it out. Maybe I'll see you in a couple hours. That being said, wink, wink, wink. Ronef knows.
We gonna stream.
We're
and
gonna
we
stream.
gonna raid.
And we're gonna raid, and we're gonna thank all of our lieutenants and our moderators who help us out on Twitch and Discord. We salute you. We appreciate you. You are all super awesome. And if you need to sleep while we stream, that's okay. And if you need to wake up when we stream, that's okay. And if you need to stream when we stream, that's okay. just live your best lives. You do you. And thank you for spending your time with us, friends. We really, really appreciate that you are here with us. It means a lot to us. So the raid begins. Thanks again to Benjamin. Make sure to tweet at him at @theoldben on Twitter if we didn't get to your question today. I'm sure he would be happy to answer your question there. Shall we raid?
Let's raid.
My name is Brian.
My name's Amelia.
And
this
is our Twitch. Time for a raid. Thank you guys all for the subs and the tweets and the cheers and the support and the love and your company. 3, 2, 1. Raid!